You know, Albert Einstein, obviously brainiac, obviously one of the smartest people to have ever lived, when he talked about compound interest being the eighth wonder of the world, and it sort of totally changed my thinking on wealth, I then wanted to say, well, what else did Albert Einstein believe in? What else did he look up? So I went and looked up all of his stuff, and these are the 20 quotes of his that I found most moving. So let's dive straight into them. Albert Einstein, number one, learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is to not stop questioning. Not stop questioning. You know, as a business coach, it's like, wow, the question is the answer. The ability to ask questions and that ability to keep looking for answers and that whole sort of thing. I think it's valuable for all of us. Number two, life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Momentum, momentum, momentum. You got to keep going. You got to keep moving. You know, the whole get up, get up, get up, keep going type thing. Momentum gets the results. Number three, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. You know, I always heard that quote from other people, and then I didn't realize that it was Einstein who actually put that one together. We've got to learn new things if we're going to change the way we look at the world. We've got to change the way we learn, the knowledge we have, if we're going to change our results, okay? Number four, a person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. I don't know if there's any way to add anything to that. You've got to keep trying, and if you keep trying, you're going to make mistakes. Pretty simple. Number five, strive not to be a success, but rather be of value. Now think about that just for a second. Don't chase success, chase value, give value, create value, and success will come, okay? Very important to understand the distinction. Go for value first, success will be the result of that. Number six, weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Now, it took me a while to sort of think this one through, but your character comes from how you see the world. Your character comes from the attitude. The old, you know, your attitude determines your altitude thing. Well, Einstein said your attitude determines your character. Dang, so the longer I have that attitude, the more I develop that character of me as a person. That's not the attitude I want to keep, because that's not the character that I want to become. The only source of knowledge is experience. Now, again, this one took me a while because it's like, but hang on, can I read it? Well, yeah, I can read it, but that's other people's experience. Okay, so I can learn from others' experience or my own experience. Which one takes longer? My own experience, of course. Which one is cheaper? Other people's experience, of course. The more I can learn from others' experiences, the faster I get to the results or the goals or the dreams that I want to have happen in my life. Number eight. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. Again, Einstein's such a thinker. I had to sit down with this one for a while and go, okay, once I accept my limits, hang on, but if I accept my limits, don't I limit myself? Like I've accepted that that's my limit? And what I had to conclude is that the way I look at it was, hang on, once I know the boundaries, then I can go past it. Once I know what I'm capable of now, only then can I go past it. It's like, once I've learned what's wrong, only then can I fix it type thing. So I love the way he's making me, and therefore you, think about life and about the world. Number nine, there are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle, and you can live as if everything is a miracle. Oh, of course, it's so much better when you look at life as a miracle. I was chatting with someone the other day and he said, you know what, a positive attitude won't get you everything, but it'll get you more than a negative attitude will type thing. And that seeing the world as a miracle is definitely an Einstein trait. And I love that about the way he put things. Number 10, try not to become a man of success, but rather become a man of value. Now, I know he uses the languaging of man, and I know that we look at this whole thing and say, okay, how is that different? Well, going for value is one thing. Becoming a person of value, becoming that, not just delivering value, but becoming a person of value. And that's why I think there's a distinction in the two. One is about deliver value, but one is about becoming. As you become a person of value and values, you become a person that offers more to the world than the person who can just deliver a result type thing. Number 11, everyone should be respected as an individual, but no one idolized. Let me say that again. Everyone should be respected as an individual, but no one idolized. The moment you put someone up on a pedestal, the only thing you can do is push the pedestal over, and it's that whole thing of give everybody the respect they deserve, but lose the idolization. And Einstein, I think, was a perfect example of that, of trying to live a humble, ordinary, think through, do the whole thing. The thinking was more important than the status type thing. And so I really love that factor of the way he viewed the world. Number 12, I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. Now, this one I struggle with in the beginning. I'm thinking, why would he say it that way? Never think of the future. It comes soon enough. Well, if you look at being present, when can I make a difference? I can make a difference right now in the present moment. What I can do here today is important. And I'm a firm believer in understanding that you've got to have that vision. So I'm sort of a maybe not never think of the future guy. I'm maybe a 20% future, 80% present type of person. Train, plan, all of those things, but definitely focus in that present moment of the thing. Number 13 of the top 20. The only real valuable thing is intuition. Now, dang, this one I struggle with because the only real valuable thing is intuition. What if knowledge, Mr. Einstein? He says, no. The valuable thing is your intuition. But here's what I ended up gleaning after reading some more. It's your knowledge and your experience give you better intuition. The more you know, the more you understand about the world, the more you've interacted with people, the better your intuitive abilities become. Very powerful, and I want to keep that one in mind. Number 14 of the 20. You can never solve a problem on the level on which it was created. I've got to level up to solve the problem. I've got to get better. I've got to get more. I've got to become better. I've got to get better skills, better knowledge, better experiences if I want to solve the problem. Okay, if I come into a problem, I got to get better to solve it is the thing. Or I can build a better team. I can bring in better people, consultants, coaches, help other people to help me raise up to be able to get to that point. Number 15, solitude is painful, or solitude, depending upon which part of the world you're in. Solitude is painful when one is young, but delightful when one is more mature. So when we're young, we want to be around as many people, but as we get older, we want to be around less people type thing. And it's really interesting. But how do we get the experience unless we are around a lot of people when we're young? We've got to get to more people and learn more and understand more about the world and grow. And as we get older, we learn what we really want and define what we really want. And it's those experiences that help you. Thank you, Mr. Einstein, for helping me understand that. Number 16, small is the number of people who see with their eyes and think with their minds. I think that was more of a social observation of his than a great quote, but, think with your mind and see with your, maybe let's put it simply, you gotta think before you act or think before you form a perspective. It's very important to do that. 17, weak people revenge, strong people forgive, intelligent people ignore. I love that one. It's possibly one of my favorites. Actually, his favorite I've got down as number 19. But that one, intelligent people ignore. They just don't buy in. If you go back to that book, The 4 Rules, where they talk about don't take anything personally, really important part of it. Okay, weak people go for revenge, strong people forgive, but intelligent people ignore. Albert Einstein's number 18 of 20. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge gets you so far. Knowledge gets you into things. Imagination creates new. If you want new creation, there's got to be imagination. There's got to be someone that's breaking the barriers, because knowledge is what is. Imagination is what could be. And if you're a what could be person, then it's amazing the differences you can make. Number 19, my favorite. I actually used this with my kids just the other day. Everybody is a genius. Now, we could just stop there, right? We could stop there. Everybody is a genius. But Einstein added to it. He said, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. You got to find your niche. You know, you're either given your calling or you find your calling. And what is your calling? It's your passion. That's why I run a whole 2-day workshop on finding your purpose. But my point with this one, and I think the point Einstein tries to give us, is that you get judged based on what you're great at, not on all the things you're not good at. You know, don't worry about the things you're not good at. Worry about the things you are good at. That's the most important area of it. Number 20, my final one, Albert Einstein's top 20. Failure is success in progress. Failure is success in progress. If you jump on my podcast, the Big Success Podcast, where we talk all things success, it's amazing how clear that quote of Einstein becomes. Listen, keep learning, keep growing. Thank you to Mr. Einstein. Write these down, take notes on them, use them wherever you can, and share this video with as many people as you want to help learn and grow.